All right, Bill Hargenritter here, co-author of the upcoming book, Love, Forgive, Never Give Up. Here today with the 33 Days of Love Challenge series, where I interview an author and an expert on how love impacted their life, so you can come away with some tools to start putting that into play today. Today I have Joe Donaway. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, brother. I've known Joe for a few years now, and I'm about to read his bio. But before I do, I'm going to do something I haven't done before in this series. And I feel inspired to maybe let my hair down a little bit.
Yes.
Yes, the hair is coming out. All right. Here we go. Joe is creator of Travel the Portal, a lifestyle design structure for creating a fulfilling, passionate life. The key to the Travel the Portal structure is the SEMPLE 6 framework, which creates balanced, high-level improvements in every aspect of his clients' lives. Joe holds degrees in psychology and the economics of finance from the University of Southern California, and he's led workshops and customized guided meditation journeys and everything from small transformational festivals to large advertising firms in Silicon Beach. All right, Joe, what do you have for us today?
Well, I'll start off with a little bit about myself, a little bit of story, because I want you guys to be able to know me. So where I kind of come from and why love is so important to me, I even wear it on my wrist right here. I have a little piece of metal that somebody stamped love, because love was my word. Nice. And love is my word because it really helped pull me out of the darkness in my life. I had a time in my life where there was a lot of anger and a lot of sadness and a lot of pain, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know what to do with dealing it, and I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know how to express myself at all. It was kind of an issue. So what would end up happening is I would lash out at the people that I cared about. And I would lash out at myself, especially myself. It was me that I was always beating up on, and it was me that I was always blaming. And no matter what I did, I never saw the good in it. I just saw the bad or what I didn't do right. And so it started blinding me to the wonderful, beautiful, amazing things around me. And in this time, I was also struggling with where I wanted to go in my life, the path that I wanted to go down. I thought I was just going to get either a corporate job or some small entrepreneurship job that just kind of cog in the wheel, gear in the wheel, just keep my head low and do the things.
Yeah.
That's not my path, as I've since learned, because what I found is that I get the most amount of fulfillment in supporting people and finding fulfillment, passion, and innovation in their lives. And that all comes from this place of love. And when I'm truly feeling the love, when I'm receiving it, when I'm giving it, when I'm coming from that energy of love and being with people from there, everything in the world just becomes beautiful. It syncs up. And even the rough times, they just become uncomfortable instead of painful or terrible. And even the painful times, I can see the silver linings of, and I can laugh about the sorrow. I can flip over to become joy because I'm still here and I'm still alive. And having love for other people instead of divisiveness is what brought me there. And that's why love is so powerful and so meaningful to me.
Wow, brother. Well, I mean, I really appreciate you sharing that, and we have a lot of the same themes going on in our lives and in our paths, and kind of starting off with I think it's important and powerful that you chose a path that was providing fulfillment, because so many times we hear about people that they might have success, they might have financial success, but they're not fulfilled, and so life isn't seem worth it. But you kind of flip that on its head, right?
Oh yeah. So for me, fulfillment is the important part, because when there's fulfillment, financial success can follow. And even better than that, when fulfillment is already had within self, then the person is not using financial success to try to cover up a hole or try to fill up something that only they themselves can provide to themselves, where they're not using relationships to try to fill up that hole, or sex or alcohol or anything that we use from all of the things, because there's that thing that we feel missing. And that's that gift that we can only truly give to ourselves. And that's where fulfillment, in my opinion, comes from.
No, that's great. A gift we can give to ourselves. But we talked a little bit before the call. And you spend a lot of time in service and in reaching out to other people to help other people. Maybe talk a little bit more about that, because it's not just giving to ourselves. It's giving to others also helps us feel more fulfilled.
Absolutely. So one of my mentors once said the best way to get out of your stuff is to be in service of others, to go and help others, because that really gives you perspective on your life and the problems and issues in your life. So that's why being of service always helps me so much. I receive gifts as I give gifts. It becomes this energetic flow, which is something I'll talk about all day. I'll bring into everything I do, because the energetic flow keeps everything moving in a healthy way. So being in service, I've put on an event for homeless people down in Skid Row, where we brought in showers, where we brought in food, where we brought in clothing, so people could come, get a haircut, take a shower, be clean. And then there was a talent show. Some of these people who have beautiful talents had never had the chance to perform them in front of others. And it's small little acts of service like that that didn't cost me anything to put on, didn't cost us anything to put on, because it was already included within the event that we were doing, that allowed these people to find that inner feeling of fulfillment, because they got to share of themselves. So oftentimes giving to others allows me to give to myself. And it's, again, that energetic flow.
Yeah.
Giving
Awesome.
is giving.
Giving is giving. No, absolutely. So we're keeping this interview short. I'd love to interview you again for a longer time period. Usually I do a 30-minute interview, but we're doing a 10-minute interview for the 33 Days of Love challenge series. So let's maybe segue into some tools or some lessons or some takeaways that somebody can use, implement in their life right now.
Absolutely. So excited. So I wrote myself little notes, because I think notes are great. So I'm going to check them. The emotions of love and compassion as tools. Using our emotions as tools instead of letting them control us. That's what I'd like to talk with you about today.
Excellent.
So I was in a time, in a period, where I was definitely controlled by my emotions instead of being the master of myself. So now, as I've switched over to that and seen the power of love and compassion as a tool, I can use that in my everyday life. Ways in which I use that in my life are navigating meaningful conversations, and also as protection. This is a great one I heard last night. It takes two to fight. So say you're in a place of discord, we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's easy to bring that down by, instead of fighting, instead of being in that adversarial situation, coming from a place of love and compassion. And though it sounds like it might hurt, though it sounds like you might get attacked, really coming from that place of love, living that place of love, and then giving that place of love to the other person will actually set up a shield around you. I like to call it a shield or a filter, where their information can come in, but the emotional hit doesn't come with it. The emotional hit just goes into love and then dissipates into it. Yet you still get the information, because the person wouldn't be attacking if there wasn't something there that's going on for them, if there wasn't something that they're getting all tight up about, whether it's fear, anger, mistrust, any of those things. If you put on that filter of love, it allows you to get their information and then return to them with that information from a place that they might be able to better hear, because you're not making them wrong.
Yeah.
So that's how it can be used as protection, and also to powerfully navigate meaningful conversations. So when you're having a conversation with somebody and you have an outcome that's important to you, one of the powerful ways to navigate through that is also, again, to come from love and compassion. Because even if your two viewpoints don't line up, if you can come from a place where you love them and you have compassion for them, that means you also have their best interests in mind. That makes you on the same team. So being on the same team means you can create a win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win is what we need in this world right now so badly. And that's why love and compassion are so powerful. And it's so much harder than it sounds. I'll say that, because especially in some of those adversarial situations, it feels like there's the hit coming. and it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, so it's goes back to practice. It goes back to taking this tool, taking this idea, putting it into play. Might not work 100% the first time, but keeping at it so that it becomes something that a tool in your arsenal, and eventually will become a habit that just comes natural. So you don't actually have to get up that energy to use that tool, right?
I'm really glad you actually said practice. That's the key to it, because it's also about not making yourself wrong if you try it and then it falls, or you forget and then you do it. Great, you're at least thinking about it. You're doing it, you're attempting it, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So that's amazing. Acknowledge yourself. I acknowledge you for practicing it and doing it, even if it doesn't look perfect, because who cares about perfect?
Awesome, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, we could, this is a great conversation. We're going to have to interview you again. We can go on and on. We're going to keep it short today. So thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your lessons. Thanks for sharing your time, Joe.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I acknowledge you for creating this beautiful platform for people to connect with love, because that's what we deserve to have in this world right now, and that's what we get to have. So thank you as well.
I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up today. This has been, one of the videos in our 33 Days of Love Challenge series. This ties into upcoming launch for a book, Love, Forgive, Never Give Up, that I'm co-writing with my wife, Danielle. If you go to loveforgivenevergiveup.com, you can find more information on that. Joe is going to be a featured author, expert in that series. We're also going to post Joe's links and information below this video as well. And so we look forward to seeing you utilizing the tools you learned today and seeing you on another video. So thanks and take care, and bye, Joe.
Take care.